The lady or the tiger?
Good evening, everyone. Today I will be presenting the first question, which is, what can be inferred about a princess' feeling towards the young man's fate? State the evidence from the story. The princess' feeling towards the young man's fate are complex, driven by love, jealousy, and a need for control. The princess loved the young man deeply, with a passion that is described as exceedingly warm and strong. Her intense affection is shown when the story says she loved him with an ardor that had enough of barbarism in it to make it exceedingly warm and strong. Next, her jealousy is a key emotion. She despises the lady chosen as a potential bride, feeling a deep hatred, as evidenced by she hated the woman who blushed and trembled behind the silent door. This illustrates her possessiveness and resentment towards anyone who could take the young man from her. After that, the princess is desire for control. She uses gold and the power of woman's will to learn the secret of the doors. As the story stated that she had possessed herself of the secret of the doors, demonstrating her desire to influence the trial's result and ensure her lover's fate is in her hands. In the end, her emotional conflict leads to a quick signal to the right door. Her decision is ambiguous but driven by the complex mix of love, jealousy, and control. Reflected in the line, her decision had been indicated in an instant, but it had been made after days and nights of anguished deliberation. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Grace, and today I will be answering the questions for questions 1B and question 2A. For question 1B, in your opinion, state two things that the man has learned by the end of the short story. Provide evidence for your answer. So, what the man learns? The man learns just how deeply the princess is torn between her love for him and her jealousy. When he sees her gesture toward the right door, he understands that her decision has been made, but not necessarily out of pure selflessness. The text mentions the combined fires of despair and jealousy within her, highlighting her semi-barbaric nature. And this suggests that the man is aware of her dual motivations, which combine love with an intense possessiveness and pride. This is proven when the princess' anguished deliberation is described in detail. Okay, her soul at a white heat beneath the combined fires of despair and jealousy, and she had decided what she will answer, which reveals to the man the intensity and complexity of her emotions. Besides, the man comes to understand that in the king's arena, no matter what door he chooses, his fate is ultimately beyond his control. And his reliance on the princess' signal demonstrates his acceptance of this system, trusting her decision despite the uncertainty of her motives. Okay, so the evidence is, without the slightest hesitation, he went to the door on the right and opened it. This shows his resolve in trusting the princess despite knowing her nature and the king's cruel design of justice. Okay, next, question 2A is, at the end of The Lady or the Tiger, the story does not reveal what comes out of the door. Based on your understanding of the event and clues in the text, state your prediction of what happens next. Okay, based on the clues in the story, the tiger comes out of the right door. The princess' semi-barbaric nature and the overwhelming jealousy she feels toward the lady suggests that she would rather see her lover dead than married to someone else. Her hatred for the lady is described as intense, and she imagines the agony of seeing her lover's joy at being with another woman, and the gesture to the right door likely stems for her possessiveness and desire to prevent him from belonging to anyone else. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you and bye-bye.
Going to answer about question 2B. At the end of The Lady or the Tiger, the story intentionally leaves the outcome ambiguous, but based on the clues in the text, we can infer that the princess likely chose to have the tiger come out the door. Here's the evidence supporting this interpretation. Number 1 is the princess's jealousy. The text makes it clear that the princess hated the lady who was behind one of the doors. This lady was a beautiful young woman chosen by the king to be the reward for the young man if he was found innocent. The princess was jealous of this woman, and her emotions were described in the fierce terms, with all the intensity of the savage blood transmitted to her through long lines of holy barbaric ancestors. She hated the woman. Number 2 is the princess's nature. The princess is described as having a nature that is barbaric, passionate, and impulsive. She is the apple of her father's eye. Loved above all humanity, this intense emotional nature mixed with the semi-barbaric bloodline suggests that she would not have been willing to allow the man she loved to marry another woman, no matter what. The narrative emphasizes that the barbaric part of her nature, which would be likely to lead her to make a decision driven by pride and jealousy. Lastly, is her internal struggle. The princess had agonized over the choice for days and nights. She had mentally gone through the consequences of both possibilities: her lover dying at the hands of the tiger or marrying another woman. Despite the agony, she could not bear the thought of seeing him marry the lady she despised. The narrative suggests that the princess's decision was made with anguish but also a sense of finality. Her decision had been indicated in an instant, but it had been made after days and nights of anguish and deliberation. Thus, based on these clues, it seems likely that the princess's jealousy and her semi-barbaric nature led her to make the decision for the tiger to emerge, dooming her lover rather than allowing him to marry the woman he hated. Moving on, now I'm going to talk about question 2C, which is the reasoning. The reasoning is that the princess's power and knowledge, which she knows which door contains the lady and which contains the tiger. Her knowledge consists of the princess's ability to control the situation is a critical factor. She knows exactly what will happen behind each door. Furthermore, it's her decision making. At the moment her lover looks at her, she has already decided what she will do. She knows that she must decide whether to let him live, married to another woman, or to have him die at the hands of the tiger. Secondly, is the decision at the critical moment. The princess does not hesitate because the text states that she made the decision in an instant, but this decision has been brewing in her mind for days and nights of anguish. She has already known what she would do when the moment came. In conclusion, the princess might have wanted her lover to live, but her overpowering jealousy and possessiveness over him could have led her to ensure that he would never be with another woman, even if it meant his death. Therefore, the tiger is more likely to come out.